Funny.
Hi,
Oh, great to be back, Evan.
Yeah,
Thank
are
you,
you
thank
able to
you.
listen to us now loud and clear?
Yes, I can. Hi, everyone.
Perfect.
Thank
Okay,
you,
so
Gabe.
for everyone
Thank
that
you, Alex.
that
Yes.
doesn't know you yet, Ivan, we were just talking about how you actually help like some make money through CMC Alpha and other products here that we have on CMC. So please introduce a little bit of yourself to the folks that still don't know you, but the almost 2K people that are listening to us at this very moment. Because I mean, sometimes me and Alice are here. We are kind of like on the front end of things. We are kind of like the face of things, but there are a lot of people that do things on the background. You are definitely one of those. I mean, that makes a lot happen. So please, like, just introduce yourself a little bit so they get to know the people who make the CMC product better for them.
Sure. Thank you, Gabe. So this is Ivan here. I am part of the CMC's product team. So a quick introduction. I primarily look after the app and the community products. And yeah, I certainly hope to discuss more about the market and see how we can all make money together. But for today, I think what I want to share is a new core offering from CMC. So let me just share my screen while
yeah, please go ahead and do it. And while you are setting it up, Ivan, I can tell for sure, guys, for someone that has been working with Ivan for quite some time. I mean, I think that whenever you have the opportunity to talk with some folks from the product team, that's when you get the real, I mean, the real alpha on like how to work on a product and how to make the best usage out of things. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited about having him here, because he will show the details, the nuances that maybe you are not using to its full power, its full strength. So now you're going to be, I mean, to have all the capabilities and all the info that you need to, I mean, just have the best alpha crypto. Go ahead, Ivan, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Yeah, so I think for those on the call, I think many of you are familiar with CMC and you know what is our strong suits. For example, what I'm sharing here, the overview page, I'm sure many of you have been looking at this on a daily basis, kind of understanding market cap, fear and greed, mostly understanding how the market is performing, the sentiment analysis, as Alice started off during the call today. And then we also have, let's say, the trending tabs. We also have the top, where the tokens are listed by market cap, price, 24-hour, just as our bread and butter. And certainly we'll continue to invest to strengthen the products on this front. Some of you may already know, like for example, we just introduced the RWA tab, where you can see a lot of the assets, how they're performing, how tokenized assets are performing against these reward assets. So definitely more to come, but that is not today's focus. What I want to share is how we're going to enhance beyond this core product offering. So we heard multiple user feedback that you're looking for not just purely facts and figures, and users want to identify opportunities, especially opportunities early on. So over the past 2 months, we have been actively building this tab. So if you look at the bottom, it's the second to the left. It's called Alpha on the app. And this is something that we will shortly align on the web as well. So the proposition of this Alpha tab is for users to be able to discover opportunities. We understand every user's investment appetite is different. So some may be derivative traders out there, some are spots, some may be interested in memes, while others are sticking with Bitcoin and large alts. So that's all okay. And CMC is here to cater to all. So it is a work in progress for us, and there's plenty more that we're working on. But let me just quickly explain what is Alpha. So over here, as you can see on the first tab, this is signals. This is the primary tab where we can identify some early opportunities by following some of the smart traders. So if I were to click into one of them, we can already see what some of the smart traders are holding, when they have traded, and further understand with the CMC AI summary in terms of whether or not this is a token, which I should be paying attention to. And what we notice here when people are using the signals tab, some are interested in identifying new alerts. Let's say those are just our first or second alerts with less than 1x. So hopefully they can identify one that would give us 10, 20, 30x very soon. There may be some that are looking at some relatively more mature tokens on this page, or even those that are looking for second or third wave opportunities. As you can see here, those in gold, they already have 74 alerts, some over even 100 alerts, meaning there are multiple waves of opportunities. And we are here to let people know in terms of which ones are upcoming. So please also note on the top right, there's also this notification button over here where people can actually sign up for our smart signals. So we don't want to bombard everyone with too many signals. So we only share when it's 10x, when we have more than 10 alerts, and when the market cap has reached above 10 million. So really selective top tier tokens, which we think there are opportunities for folks out there to pay attention, be it the current wave or the next wave. Something we also understand as a good reference on this page would be, well, what's your success rate? Which of these alerts are actually working? So these are things that we are looking to add so users can make more educated decisions, and this is on our mind. But no promise just yet, but as soon as we finish a few high priority items, I think potentially we will be able to get to this. And then next, you can see some of the Meme Explorer tabs. Won't necessarily go into this today. This is primarily the latest rally for this cycle, so I think most of us will be aware. But what I want to bring your attention to is some of the technical indicators. So talking about technical analysis, Gabe and Alice mentioned earlier today, we know many of the users here also want to have this feature available. So I think if users here are paying attention, when we go into a coin page, we would see, for example, when we're in the candlestick charts, we would already have the RSI and MECD MACD data right below the charts. But we also understand we want to compare. So over here with this chart over here, we will allow users to be able to see, are there any oversold signals? Are there any overbought signals? Are these opportunities where we can go into the market, or do I need to sell? We can always change any of the intervals from 15 minutes, 4 hours, depending on trading habits. Also apply any filters that you see fit and see with much more clarity. And then if you like to play around with the charts, it's also extremely interactive. You can zoom in and you can zoom out. When you see a token that you're interested in, feel free to click and understand more. So it's not only for our side, and we also have other technical indicators too right now, but more in the roadmap for all of us to check it out. So we have bullish crossover, bearish crossover. These are all indicators. Not a single one would give us all the signals that we need to make an informed decision, but they're all available here to help us guide us in terms of making these trade opportunities. So just a quick call out in terms of MACD. Since these are more primarily based on the actual price movements, it's not necessarily a fair comparison. So for MACD, we are using a normalized MACD approach. So over here, we have used a percentage kind of change to normalize the calculation using the PPO approach, so the numbers are more comparable between the tokens. So just continuing on, obviously we cannot miss out, for example, launch pool, new listings. These are easy opportunities for us to get new insights, new opportunities. So remember to turn on the notifications. As you can see over here, just turn it on, and then whenever there are new launch pools, whenever there are new listings, we will let you know, and then we can get into the market early and find new opportunities. And lastly, token unlocks here. We have placed it under alpha as a reference for users in case of any large unlock events, as this can influence upcoming token prices. But yeah, I think furthering our efforts to develop alpha discovery and just-in-time investment opportunities, I hope those who have access to CMC AI have leveraged the opportunities to use it firsthand. So other than asking questions that you have in mind, which you can easily do so, we also have some pre-generated questions. So I'll just click open my portfolio over here. You can see some of the very helpful questions that I often use. For example, how can I optimize my portfolio? Critically evaluate my transactions in my portfolio over the past 30 days. These would be informed decisions for you to change in terms of trade habits, identify new opportunities which you can invest. So yeah, for those who are not in the whitelist, we plan to roll this out to you very, very soon. So please stay tuned. And I think just share. Yep. Okay.
No, go ahead, Ivan. Go ahead. I was just going to mention something, but you please go ahead and finish it up first.
Sure. Yeah, I think just the last bit. I think just also sharing what is in our roadmap, because other than what's on the alpha tab we have here, I'm sure you'll be interested in what's more that's coming. So one thing that we want to introduce is sentiment data, and this is also something that a lot of you have asked for. So this is what different from what you see on the points page. We'll be taking in user input from additional sources. It'll be much more dynamic. It'll be real time, adjusting to social mentions, discussions, dominance, etc. And better yet, further down the line, we want to be able to help you summarize KOL and smart trader predictions and help to analyze their success rates for you to make more informed decisions. So we are really at the nurturing stage, but we are going to heavily invest on this front. So please share any ideas and interests that you may have, and we are more than happy to add them to our roadmap.
Ivan, this is a thing I think second to none. Like first and foremost, like a couple of highlights for me actually. Like one of the things that Alice cover here every week on the weekly crypto forecast are token unlocks, right? And she covers all the major unlocks that we have for the week, which everyone knows kind of like where to find them. But having the CMC AI to kind of like just tell you based on your portfolio which tokens you are now, I mean, holding that potentially have like unlocks upcoming. This is, in my opinion, second to none. This is the first thing. And the second thing, just like the charts that you mentioned, where you can just like compare tokens, top 500, top 100, top 200, doesn't matter. Like it depends on your trading habits. Like if you like to trade small caps, micro caps, you can actually, I mean, explicitly like put there the market cap that you really want to see there, the range and all those details on the alpha tab. So it kind of like, I'll be honest, I feel like CMC a little bit later. And you mentioned this, Ivan, like that this is still in the nurturing phase, etc. You guys are just like taking baby steps with it. But honestly speaking, there is a lot of information there that people that, in my opinion, all the crypto investors that we have here on this live, almost 2K people, like CMC is now, I think, for real. I mean, more than ever, your crypto Paul, right? It's just your, I mean, side friend in crypto that you kind of like need to have in your back pocket for anything that you do. So no matter what you do in the space, like if you need alpha with meme coins, if you need to understand token unlocks, how is your portfolio at this very moment, how is it performing like against the market and this and that, like you have everything in the palm of your hand. So just like don't make less use of it. Like if you can make just like the best use of it, like at all times and all days of the week, doesn't matter if it's weekend, if it's weekday. And by the way, I saw a comment here, hey guys, stop going live, because whenever you go live the markets go down. That's not true. Okay,
It's
it
not
has
me.
been through. It's not me as well, and I guarantee that it's not Ivan as well. And it has
I will
been
not
true for
be.
the last couple of weeks. But I mean, there have been times where we went live and the market went up. So it's not like that every single time. Okay. But Ivan, just like congrats on that. And I want to ask you one thing. Like, is there any of the tools that you have shared that you kind of feel like is the big highlight, the thing that you probably most make most use out of, or that you have seen the users making the most out of it? Like, what is the key highlight for you from everything that you have shared?
Yeah. So for me personally, I often use the signals tab because I and read more details, understand whether, for example, some of these safe indicators, security scans, and then just read more information, understand what people are discussing, and then make more informed decisions. So I think for one among all the alpha tabs, for me, signals is my favorite, and that's where I identify the quickest, biggest opportunities out there.
Yeah, just too much details, like a lot of granularity on all that data. Alice, how you feel about it? Like anything that you want to
Yeah.
highlight or potentially just like raise about everything that Ivan has shared?
Yeah, sometimes I still at events have people come up to say, "Oh yeah, CoinMarketCap, we use it to track Bitcoin price." Guys, it's more than that. See
Right.
what Ivan introduced, that all of these tools and indicators that we build for you guys, it is one goal. We have a mission to make data transparent, actionable, and trusted by millions. Like actionable is very important because there's no point
Yes.
for me to give you all the on-chain stuff, but rather we actually with signals, the guys build it for you to have valuable things flagging out so you can act on it. That is the most important thing. So yeah, I'm quite proud of the things that the team has built, and also the feedback from our users are so important. Like we use those to build and keep refining our products. So let us know what you guys like and what you want to see more, and what you feel there's a gap in the market, and we're on it.
Yeah, 100%. Make sure, like, if you have any feedback on those products, like in shares that we do here, make sure to first, like, if this is related to Alpha and everything Ivan has shared, tag him here on community. Just make a post, tag him, hey, this can be better, or I love this. Like, we would love to hear all your takes, positive, negative, doesn't matter. I mean, how you feel about it, we want to know so we can improve and keep doing things that are good, or just tag us on X, just tag the official CMC account on X as well. We will make sure to read all sure to drop a review and just like guide more people on how to use CMC across socials. Tag us, we'll definitely see, and potentially we can engage with that. So make sure to, make the best out of your knowledge as well to like increase your reach on crypto socials as well. Ivan, thank you very much for joining today. Like anything else you want to like share with the folks here before you leave us?
Thank you, Gabe. Thank you, Alice. Feel free to share any feedback. We'd love to hear from you. And then, keep looking at our apps, our website, and hopefully you enjoy our products. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ivan. Pleasure to host you here for, I think, the first time on CMC Live, and I hope to see you here again to share more stuff on products, like whenever you have some more alpha to share with us. So thanks for joining.
For sure. Thank you.
There's some real...
Alice.
Yeah,
go ahead. Yeah.
There are some really high quality comments in on the live right now. I'm reading all of those. Some are ranking ideas, some are product ideas. But before that, there was a huge rush of XRP. I do have something to give to the XRP army. Do you want me to go through it?
Please do it, because I've mentioned it before, and I know you're going to deep dive on something about it now, and I think people will get excited. So go ahead and do it, while I will screen share the XRP page here for the folks that are not just listening, but also watching our show.
Let's do this, because XRP surged 10% for the past 24 hours, and the price shows higher highs. What is the reason behind it? Where do we get from here? Is this a good time to buy? What is happening? All of that are sort of CMC AI answerable questions. So what Gab is showing you right now is the price chart. When it loads, underneath that, they will have some CMC AI analysis. So if you click on the price question, I'll introduce a little bit here, because you guys know why the pump, right? Two main reasons. Number one is the stimulus, Trump's 2,000 USD check to everyone, liquidity injection, market turning sort of bullish again. But also secondly, to XRP and the altcoin ETFs, DTCC, they will list 5 spot ETFs. So Canary Capital, Bitwise, Franklin Templeton, and 21 Shares, they all filed the amended S1 registration statements for spot XRP ETFs. We are due to have that decision coming out very soon, and let's see if SEC is going to give us some positive news there. So that is one of the main driver we're saying about this price momentum. But at the same time, XRP had delivered such a great result a few months back. It shoot up to 3.2 USD, and the all-time high, guys, here is 3.84. That was achieved 8 years ago in 2018. But this year we did see another 3.2. So I think there is still a strong momentum going with XRP. But also bear in mind at the same time that Ripple is looking for more sort of traditional finance engagement there as well, potentially IPO and all of that. So if there's any impact from the TradFi side of things, would be important here as well. And as you can see on the right-hand screen of what Gab is showing you right now, ETF momentum is number one, but also just take a look at the TA here, because I find all of this AI TA analysis quite useful and accurate there. Some of you guys are commenting, should I buy now? Is this a good job? Look at the TA. Look at the TA, guys. This is live updated as well. But at the same time, bear in mind, when it comes to news like this, that I have been waited for so long for an altcoin spot ETF season that was due to come in October for us with Solana, XRP, Litecoin, all of this didn't happen. So things like this are about a lot of it is, sell the news event as well. So bear in mind, just be very, this is what I mean by you need to be in hyper listening mood right now about the market, about the changes. So that is how much I'll say about XRP on this occasion.
Yeah, and I know we are going to have the TA section today still, and you mostly go over BTC on that. But if you want TA for not absolutely any token, okay, but for vast majority of the tokens, top 100, 200, like you see, there is small cap tokens that CMCAI already gives you a TA on that. So make sure to come right here, why the price is up or down, and scroll to check the TA, and you understand an overview. What does it mean? What to look for next, and also a conclusion, not just based on TA, but also other other factors that play a role into the price action of whatever token you want to know about. So make sure to use, as we have been saying here for like months, years probably, like CMC is absolutely not just for price checking. You have so much more information, so many more nuggets and alpha that is shared here throughout the product that you need to use it. You must use it. Like if you just, for example, have some XRP on your bags or whatever it is, if you feel like trading some of it, why not just come here, check some more information? You'll have much more context on things with ease instead of going to, CT or trying to find news and articles related about this, going to trading websites or whatever. Just come here to CMC. You have AI, you have community, you have absolutely everything right here in the palm of your hands for you to make the best business decision that you can do for you. So yeah, just make the best out of it. Alice, XRP covered, but you've mentioned about ETFs as being one of the key things for XRP. There are more ETFs news related that I think you want to share with us today. Am I right?
Yes, because at the beginning, we talked about market macros. We talked about how important it is to monitor ETF flows in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Because December, just forget about it. End of the year, you're not going to have institutions going massive change to their portfolios, right? So all the investment portfolios are pretty sort of fixed in December. If anything, there might be an outflow of ETFs from institutional side in December, trying to take advantage of the tax year. So apart from that, let's look at how the market has reacted last week to the price dip. We did have some bad news because this is according to CoinShares data. Digital asset investment products saw a second consecutive week of outflows totaling $1.17 billion outflows, driven by post-liquidity cascade volatility and Ether, they faced the heaviest outflow. So BTC saw $932 million and Ether saw $438 million outflows respectively. But what's really interesting in this case is altcoins, they remained resilient. So Solana actually had $118 million inflows last week, and $2 billion in total for Solana over the past 9 weeks as well. So what's really interesting is institutions, as I said, like when market is tanking, they have very strict risk bars, risk tolerance. Not everyone is like Michael Saylor buying Bitcoin regardless, There are risk frameworks that the TradFi investors, they follow. And when market experience volatility like that, some of them would adjust their portfolio. That means selling out of their ETFs. So that's why it's very important. I'm going to monitor this for the next 2 to 3 weeks. And every Monday, I'll report it to you guys if I see some major outflows from the institutional side. So that is the news on the ETF side. I have one tiny last thing to regroup real quick before you guys get on with the TA. Monad. All right. So Monad, they announced their token economics model today. The sale will open from November 17th. It is a modular L1. And I think the team we've been talking about this since last year. It's one of those high profile TGEs, I think it's going to be. So they have announced the token economic model today, 7.5% of the tokens to be sold at a 2.5 billion valuation straight off the bat, 3% airdropped. It will be open for public sale November 17th, 9 a.m. ET to November 22nd, 9 p.m. ET. And the participants can bid up to $100K USD worth of it. I think I saw the news that Coinbase is going to list this from the 17th as well.
As well going on, and there will soon be a topic about mega ETH because there was, of course, some controversy like this couple last few days and so, because they took away some allocations from like influencers and they're going to refund, and they don't want like tokens in the hands of people that are like, there's a lot going on mega ETH side, and also on the Monad side, as Alice mentioned as well. Coinbase is going to get involved with the Monad launch as well, like for the token offering and those things. Seems like Coinbase is going to launch a new product that Monad will be the first token to be featured featured on that new product. So I think there is a lot on those two, Mega If and Monad. Like, I mean, some of them have already allocations for you to be checking and stuff. So make sure to check it out and get more involved. As I always say, if you're not involved, at least watch it close, even if you're from the sidelines, so you can better understand the things that are going on in crypto. And if the meta changes when it comes to, for example, airdrop farming, Sybil activity, like how our team's going to play those things around, you know it better if you, of course, are on top of things. So make sure to understand, like, what does the fine print say about allocations, like how this change, like damage control when it comes to like what you do, decisions, are they fair, are they transparent, like what's going on there, what happens, like those, it may be holder curation now becomes standard practice for airdrops. All that discussion will be soon live on CMC Topics, so make sure to kind of like start your engines on that. If you don't know what's going on, make sure to check it out, because soon there will be a debate about it live here on CMC. But Alice, as you have mentioned, we are going to jump into the TA section. So I'm going to share my screen right now with the folks around here so we can better understand where the BTC price may go next. But before I do, I saw a question. I don't know who sent that question. So whoever you were, I'm answering your question right now that asked about signals on the web version of CMC. So this is how you get right here. You come to CMC and you see the top menu right here on CMC. You come to, you hold over the DEX scan and you click on signals, and that's how you drop exactly into this page right here. So don't miss any time. Now you know exactly how to do what to do, and you can just like grab only fresh signals, reviewed signals. You can check your history. You can go to the meme explorer. You have a lot of information on every single token just right here on this first screen. You can change time window. So that's how you actually get the alpha page to show up on the desktop on the web version and not just on the app, as Ivan has shared. That said, let's move into TA, because I have a couple interesting things to share with you that our community has been putting together here on CMC. First and foremost, it's Monday, and whenever we have a CME gap, I always like to make sure that everyone knows about it. And there is the CME gap for this week around 104, which, by the way, we are very close to go down there to make sure that we close that gap. So be careful trading now. BTC could close this gap, as Crypto Yapper is saying here, and many others will say as well. As you can see, there is a, I mean, not a big gap, but there is a, I mean, I of that 100%. So you understand that if BTC goes to that price range, I mean, it's expected, right, guys? I mean, it's not something that is completely out of the ordinary. And this also fits into the idea of crypto girls right here that mentioned about like Trump 2K payment to US citizens. Alice has mentioned this on the beginning, if you remember correctly, but this has demonstrated increased strength, and that's why we have seen BTC price going up. Only because of that? Of course not, but this is one of the main reasons. And the 106 level, 105 level that we are seeing right now is, of course, presenting some resistance. We anticipated that. We know this level is, as you can see here on the chart below, is a critical level that we have seen BTC being around for many, many times. As you can see, before we have been here, we have been here again, we have been here, have been here. So, I mean, just in the recent like couple of days or so and weeks, we have been around this 106 range a lot of times. And for her analysis here, 104.6 mark corresponds to the weekly open on the 4-hour time frame and became a critical level to monitor. It, of course, also aligns with the CME gap that I've just showed you guys. So one important thing for you to understand, if you can hold that level, if you can hold above it, like we could, yes, go upwards to 109, for example, or higher still into the week. And why this may happen? Exactly because of this, because we are in between monthly open and weekly open. We are right here. So those two price levels are definitely levels to watch. And you may ask me, why look at the open and close and low and high? Mainly because those are the levels that people will check to understand the candles. Is this a doji candle? Like, what type of candle is this? They look at the closure and the open. So that's why the open is so important. And of course, the closure is only going to be there by the end of the period. So you don't necessarily see a lot of this here. You just see the open. But this is important for you guys to understand. This is the weekly open around 104. And we may go a little bit below that just to make sure that we close the CME gap and we can potentially be going up again. But if BTC closes the month, and we are, by the way, still on the 10th of November, but if we close the month before, below 109, we went down, right? But if we close actually above, for example, 101, like the previous monthly low, we actually went a little bit up. So like that, those are just the levels that you should be aware of when it comes to where we started, where we're going, where we are right now. So this is important for you to understand. This is the price range that we should be trading, I mean, in the upcoming days, in between 104 and 109, according, of course, to Crypto Gus. And if we cannot hold 104, that probably sends us into this other range, which is between weekly open and previous month low, which is 101. So we could be trading around here. As by the way, as you have seen, guys, that's kind of the two ranges that we have been trading for a long time, for like the last 1 week or so, almost 2 weeks. So this is not unexpected. The CME gap is a little bit below that. So this is just something for you to be mindful of. Similar thoughts here from Web3 Pulse that mentions that we reclaim it, the 104 support zone, crucial. I mean, CryptoGus said the same thing. He also is eyeing 108 to 109 range, which is basically similar, but he mentioned same stuff. If we go down, we potentially will go down to close the CME gap, to fill the CME gap, let's put it like this. But actually, if we don't hold that, there are a lot of pathways that can drive us to lower and lower levels. And those are the main resistance levels that we should face between 100 and 101, as CryptoGus has mentioned as well, and below that around 98. So this is for you to keep in mind. And when I say 98, you understand one thing soon. Keep that number, just keep that number 98, around 98, because this will be important in the next analysis, not this one. But Agraflux mentioned one important thing here that not a lot of people are talking about. BTC Bulls have done it again. Like they defended the weekly moving average, like the 50 days moving average, 50 weeks, sorry, moving average, like absolute peace, as you can see here. So this is 50 weeks, right? And this is the candle that you have just seen. We defended this zone right here. And every time that this happened, BTC strength went straight away to new all-time highs. So as you can see, touch it here. I mean, yeah, went a little bit up, down a bit, but I mean, all-time highs. Then we touch it again and just like up, down, up, all-time highs. And we have touched it once more. This happened, as you can see, 3 times already. I mean, a long time. This is weekly candles, guys. So we're talking about a big time window that we are checking into here. And this can actually be, if history repeats, just a touch to go a little bit above that. As you can see, previous 2 times we had some fake outs as well. We went a little bit below that, as we did this time already. So it's kind of like same history. Everything seems to be repeating. If that's the case, bullish on the long term. But remember, on the long term, this is weekly candles. So it doesn't mean that on a day we cannot go, below that or come back or whatever and have some corrections. And the key point, and why I mentioned to you guys to keep that 98 range in mind, is because we have fair value gaps to be talked about here. What the hell is fair value gaps? Like, what is this metric? What are you talking about, Gabe? This is Crypto Patel telling us that BTC just bounced it from 99. We saw that, okay? And monthly FVG's fair value gaps have been the key support zones in all bull runs. And we got another one sitting right now at between 98 and 95. So we could see a small sweep into that range before we actually go up. Is this going to happen? Not necessarily, but we can see that, guys. And that's what I want you guys to pay attention to, because these are monthly candles, okay? So we are looking back all the way to 2022 here, 2023, 2024, 2025, almost done. But that's the reality. When we kind of feel that, that's when we go up. And as you have seen, this is not necessarily the same range that we have seen before. So this is an analysis from Crypto Patel that has a little bit of controversy to it. But one key thing is, whenever that happened, we saw BTC running upwards again. So we may go down before we go up. And that's why I said in the beginning, when Alice asked me, like, how bullish are you feeling? And we discussed a little bit about that, like bullish, but cautious. I think that the CME gap is still there. And we have this FVG range as well. And we have other things that tell us that if we cannot keep this 104 upwards, we can go a little bit down. So just be careful about things, play things your way, but understand that this zone that we are in right now is feel about that? Bullish, bearish? Does it makes you more?
The TA this week is here this year, especially in November, I think it feels 4% of circulating supply, valued around 34.4 million USD. Number 2, Aptos, ticker APT, getting unlocked on 11th million USD. Number 3, are getting unlocked on the 11th as well for 9.5%. Valued around 6.7 million USD. Number 4, Avalanche, ticker AVAX, getting unlocked on 13th of November for 0.33% of circulating supply. Darknet, ticker STRK, getting unlocked on the 15th of November for 5.34% of circulating supply, valued around 18 million USD. Number 6, Wallet Connect token, ticker WCT, getting unlocked on 15th of November for 65.2% of circulating supply, quite a major unlock, valued around 15 million USD, getting unlocked on 15th of 10 million USD. I haven't seen a week with this many, like around. We're getting into a very busy week. If you guys hold those tokens, just pay attention to on CoinMarketCap under
Soul Layer, Avalanche, tokens mentioned by Alice here with big unlocks. I mean, let's see if the week keeps like moving on the right direction here. But before we leave, Alice, there is anything just like you bring in alpha, but also I.
amazing, cool. Yeah, it is great to see the market bouncing back because of the bullish news on market. US fundamental. I believe there's still room to drop. Let's say if we can keep BTC above 98K for some time, and then we can go through the rest of the year in a bit more ease. But at the same time, though, it is debating at the moment that this is not it. We will still have a very good up run next year potentially. I would say check CMC, use all the tools. Because the large cap coins, yes, but also you're saying like everything is pumping. Sometimes like things are up and down quite a bit. Enjoy the rest of November, I guess.
Yes, I mean, I'll try to enjoy my best, Alice. I know next week, if quick heads up for everyone here, nothing we share here, like it's financial advice, of course. You know that, always do your own homework. But the key thing is use CMC to do your own research before you ape into any tokens, because this is the best tool for your decision making, and that way you are potentially avoid getting wrecked. We can hear next Monday at the same live ad. But if you miss it, you can listen to us anytime on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Just search for Weekly Crypto Forecast, CoinMarketCap, you'll find us. Shout out to Alice for dropping some key information for you guys today. And I see you here next week with Jonathan, right, Alice?
Yes, I'll be
For
here.
everyone listening, we appreciate you guys being here, taking 1 hour from your time to listen to the best alpha in crypto, and that to stay informed, stay safe, and keep hodling. Have a great crypto week, everyone. Bye bye.
Udah selesai.